don't think it's so crazy to try and say, hey, look, this opening was crap for me. Like, my entire plan got picked apart super quickly. I don't think it's terrible to sort of take that and just say, right, you know what I'll do then? I'm gonna just run with it and just try and, do something a bit more on the aggressive side of life to try and get us into a better position. Do, 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 do. Have you seen a Marine? Sorry, a probe getting chased around. So I was reading the discussion about Marines in chat again. As we get settled down. There's gonna be seeing a drone chasing the probe. Catch gas and pool all on the way out of row, bringing that up. Couple drones coming in. The Nexus and the probe coming up as well, bringing that about right now. Yo, Avenging Past, thank you so much for the £4 donation. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the stream today. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day. Well, probe just pulls back here. Nexus is going to be finishing soon. Cybercore and all the good stuff coming about. Our Overlord just checking in on the front lines. Having a little peek to see what's going on as well. Nothing too crazy just yet, though. Stargate is building. A couple probes in the Adept coming through. Warp Gate building up as well. Stargate's a very regular opening for the PvZ, so that part is not going to be anything too wild. I mean, I say because especially Astrea is the kind of guy who will play weirder and wilder styles, right? Speed coming through, the couple of queens coming about, our drone still building. Off on the warp gate coming up as the two adepts are going to go shading forwards through to the middle of the map. Link speed finishing very soon. Ling's drones all on the way out. The hatchery will finish on that third base very shortly. The Nexus is going to go down in the third as well. Hatchery finishes up on that third base. Again, we move Oracle up around the top. Queens, Ovies coming about here. Spore Crawler coming up as well. Preparation to basically make sure that this Oracle does not get too much done early on in the game. As you can let this Oracle do, the better off you're gonna be. As our Oracle comes in, 4 drones go down. 2 more Queens coming up. Drones still building. Probes coming about as well. The gates and the Twilight Council continue into play. Gonna drop a cheeky Spore or 2 down. The Oracle trying to get Stay Sword in, but it took a lot of damage before. It's one of the issues of taking damage on that Oracle. It's more easily turned around in the future. Placing Stasis Wards then is much tougher to come by. Well, the Oracle gets chased away. Queens there to push it back. Blink coming up, the extra couple of Stalkers warping in. This is going to be Astrea's follow-up. He's really been very standard, right? I mean, just 2 Oracles, going into the Blink Stalker. Just very normal. Astrea oftentimes will be a bit of a crazier, wilder player, but this is obviously not the case at all here just yet. Yo, STT2, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Samotox. Appreciate it. I'm all going to say most of the 40 family. As our Stalkers and our Oracles will move up into the center. Blink about to finish. Revelation going down. Going to reveal a couple of additional creep teamers here as well. Still got that +1 missiles coming up. Roach Ling is on the way in. To try and run forward. So the pro's trying to come through. The Ling's moving about. +1 charge still coming forwards. We'd like to get rid of a couple of these creep teamers. We're going to be able to get them there. Queens and turned around. The Hydroden coming up. Infestation pit starting. Ling's going to come in from that bottom side, and they're going to try and wrap on these Stalkers. I love a few of them kind of getting the lead on the next wraparound as well for once the blink is done. Not enough units though for Rogue. Can't get enough in reach, and those Stalkers do manage for now. Just turn away, back around that right-hand side. I'm just going to see them actually blinking forward. We're going to get rid of the Overseer. The Changeling goes down 2. +1 attack and charge both on the way here from Astrea. As those Oracle Stalkers gathering up together. +1 still Corona boosting along. Storm still on the way. Lurkaden building as well, as all of that continues through. The Hive building with the Lurkaden as the next step. So Rogue is already very confident about where he's going to and what he would like to do. Again, that Storm is building up, coming up to being about halfway done as the Oracles will activate. A creep team are going down. The little Chica Revelation goes in there as well. Just keep track of some of these units. Astrea was actually on a very good work count, 82 to 68 workers. Rogue is just now going to kind of play a little bit of catch up there, but taking a little while. Roach back over to the far right. Minions gathering in the center. Can actually go drop this Fleet Beacon down as well. Just a little bit of something extra coming in for us here. +1 air weapon still coming through. The +2 attack upgrade is coming about. Fleet Beacon is on the way in. There's a couple of Immortals trying to start up there as well. We'll just blink out to the right where they will grab and remove an Overseer. Now set up the stasis sword in the center here. Just going to get that stasis set up. Zealot, Stalker, High Templar. Up from the bottom. And again, just going to be seeing the Ling Roach Hydra coming about as well. We're actually going to get rid of an Overseer. Going to go after the Overlord. And Ling Roach Hydra all setting up. Let's get that cannon online. As our lurkers continue through. Adrenal Glands building as well. And we are going to get into a lot of the late game upgrades. Everything is going to be somewhat available here on both sides. It's been that kind of a game. The Overlord taking a few extra shots, so it's going to get pushed way over to the sides. Stalker's going to come forward here, get another Overlord. Just get pushed back once again. Spies still coming through, the additional spines are coming about. Lings +3 missiles and the Adrenal Glands coming through. Stargates and Carriers and Immortals continuing up as well. Stalkers get rid of a little bit extra. So it gets one more Ling. Nexus set up on that bottom side. Plus 2 air weapons coming up. Our carrier still coming forwards. Spire building on the side of Rogue. So again, that Spire up and running. The army of Astrea still stepping up right now. Gonna jump onto this hatchery. Another storm or two going off. A bunch of Lings taking a lot of damage. Zealots continue to come through. Another storm. Hydra's taking shots as well. Carriers coming about. Zealots on the way. Nexus still building. We are going to go diving into the top side. Stasis Ward, Revelation Story coming down to allow us to start engaging, but attacking into Lurkers is never going to be pretty. Now Rogue is also going to be everywhere else. Nidus in the main base. Lurkers making a play on the 5th base coming up on the bottom left-hand side. The double expand from Astrea means he can give up that base without having to fight this. He can just take the base on the right. As we get the warp in here to go deal with this Nidus, nothing comes out of it in time to be effective, so no value gained there. So Astrea does deal with these units pretty well so far. We do still have these Lurkers making a move forward, quite aggressively so, as the cannons get rid of 2 Lurkers before they get depowered. At the same time, we are pushing forward, so now Astrea believes there's not enough at home for Rogue to defend. Storm's coming down into that mineral line. There's not a lot of drones to be hit. He got rid of some of the Lurkers. He's got a chunk of Immortals left over. Is that enough to keep on going? 3 carriers in the production tab is where a lot of Astrea's supply is currently at without really being out here on the map. Still yet to see Rogue really come up with an answer to that army on the top. Carrier Immortals continue to move around. A couple Stalkers moving about as well. Our Lings gonna get caught in a Stasis Ward. And Storm's still coming in. We are going to see one carrier getting cleaned. So it's going to be Hydra Corruptor coming through. Just going to go jumping onto this Nexus on this right-hand side. Going to start up some of these caustic sprays and just look to knock it down. Same time though, we got Zealots going to come clean up on the left here. 2 drones going down. The Lings and the Hydras continue to come about. Look, we're going to burrow up. It's going to be seeing those probes taking damage. The Overseer's chilling as no observer goes down. So we're actually going to end up defending across the board. Astrea still kind of trying to press towards a 5th base. That's his issue right now, absolutely establishing one of those. He's going to have stacked defense on this right side base this time, but he's out of position with the army to support that stacked defense. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. I just come through, the couple oracles get picked off, cannons taking damage, our carriers are going to come through, and the Corruptors taking big hits. Hydras still making their way over there as we just see the Corruptors coming through, melee, missiles, flag, carapace coming up as well. Push on up, just going to be seen as Zealots getting a little wrap around on a Lurker. The Interceptors continue to fly through. The Corruptors wanting to come forward and do something about this. Nice Storm in the background, going to hit a bunch of Hydras, hitting a lot of the Lings. I like the Storms. Rogue's army is melting a little bit here as Astrea is looking good. Continue to push through. Rogue gets a few reinforcements in production. I'm not sure they're going to show up in time. I especially don't think he can get enough Corruptors up out of nowhere. I think that's his biggest problem at the moment. Lurk is still surviving on the ground as well. We are out of detection, so we cannot get rid of the Lurk because the ground army of the Protoss is gone. But the carriers are going to be good in the skies. And I think that's the issue is now we, again, just cannot deal with the Lurkers still. There's an Observer showing up, and that might just be good enough. Obviously, with the carriers here, they will kill the Lurkers off. Corruptor's going to get rid of one of the carriers. Man, we are just desperate for anti-air units. I just don't think Rogue can get enough up. 8 more Corruptors in production. Still don't think that's going to be enough. Lings running through. 10 drones go down on the top side. Lings hitting the probes on the bottom. Our carriers are still going to get there. Hatchery falls. A couple more drones continue to drop. The Ling's going to turn back onto the Nexus on the 6 o'clock. Might actually be saved by the Zealots. I think it will be. It's going to get low, but I don't think it goes down. Base is safe down there. Corruptor's going to show up though to caustic spray the right side. Rogue is trailing heavily in supplies, so he's got serious work to get done. He needs to do so much right here. As our Corruptors will finish up this Nexus. So that goes down. The Oracle chased away. Another Archon morphing in. 5 more Corruptors coming up. A couple Hydras are still coming through. We actually get rid of one base here as well. I mean, Rogue just doesn't have a recovery option He's running out of bases, he's running out of units, he's running out of options, and GG is unfortunately going to be the most appealing option for him here. Tap out and give Astrea this game number 1 as Astrea played it. From the right hand side, we are going to have ourselves the red Protoss player taking a 1-0 lead in the series. It is Astrea. Top left out, blue Zerg. It's a rogue. Game number 2. Well, this best of 3. Let's just see how we're probing. Coming across the map, heading towards the upper left hand side. Away we go. Let's see our probe gonna come about, scanning through here. Spawning pool gets placed. Gonna see that drone chasing around. Pro continues to get hunted. Hatch pool coming up next to Cybercore. Coming in. Get ready to go. I'm getting chased around again. Drone gonna hunt it. Nothing really too crazy, Ozzy. Very standard. Couple moments as Astrea. I kind of feel like we'll probably play Stargate again. Yeah, obviously he won a fairly comfortable game. Like, he played well, and I would say he's just gonna sort of move into that sort of setup once more. Rogue has, I think, if he's struggled against anything lately, it has been ZVP, where it feels as though he is not quite able to kind of be as sharp and as collected as he is in the ZVT matchup, which is something that he's been really kind of potent in lately. So ZVP, I feel like, is currently the kind of weakness of Rogue. He's been great in ZVT as well. He's actually logged a lot of good ZVZ results. But ZVP seems to be his, the wall he cannot quite clamber over every single time. So that's turned out to be something of a stopping point here. There's an Adept on the way, the Warp Gate coming up. Stargate is about to finish from Astrea. Link speed halfway done. Queen, drones, all being built, being brought in. Again, just gonna have our probe pulling back up through the left hand, through the center into the upper left hand side. Oh, Queen's gonna throw some inject down. Link speed, Queens, Lings continue to come about here for the moment. Well, Adept's coming about. First Ling goes down. A couple other Lings getting chased about there. The Oracle coming over to push that back as well. Drones go down. Adept gets picked off here. And a couple extra Queens still coming around. The Oracle overhead with the Adept. And moving about as well. Next, the Oracle. Continue to build on through. The couple Queens, Overlords, Spores, and Drones all coming about. Our Oracles continue to the top side. Going to move all the way through from the third base toward the main. Queens is going to be hitting the Oracles. Going to be seeing a Forge and Twilight Council continue to come through as well. You can see in the Forge coming up, the Gates and Twilight Counts are coming down. Oracle still gathering in the center. This time, triple Oracle. We only went double last time around, so a little change from Astrea allows you to be a bit more aggressive with the Oracles, and they're all full HP still, so unless Rogue has pitch-perfect defense, he should take some damage, but the defense so far is very good. Multiple Queens zoning over on the third. A couple Queens here zoning the Oracle as it flies in, and actually did fly in, took a little bit of damage while doing so. Yeah, really good defense from Rogue so far. Very well positioned to start out with. Puts him in a great spot. And obviously just that gives you a very nice situation. Because now without losing any drones early, you're going to be able to have a good, strong economy, the strongest you could possibly have, to then play this game with. And that's obviously a big, big benefit. Well, we have ourselves +1 missiles and roach speed coming up. Ling's on the way in. The Overlords continue to produce. Hydras are still coming about as well. Hydra Den is on its way up, so it might just be a very similar idea from Rogue, where he just moves in towards the Lurkers for his initial setup. Let's head over here. Actually grab the probe, gonna delay this base. You see those Oracles just going to chase the Lings getting pushed away. And you have the extra gates coming up, plus 2 attack upgrade coming in as well. The army of Astrea is starting to move up through the center again. Archon joining up together. Prism is going to set up. We are going to see a few more Zealots coming in. Oh, Archons and the Zealots are going to get a catch here. Queens will go down. Nice force fields from Astrea. This follow-up, obviously a different choice with the charge over the blink, but making use of it, getting a little bit aggressive, trying to slow Rogue down. However, Rogue is now on a lot of Roach Hydra, and the pushback from Rogue is going to be very good here. At first, Astrea was getting some good value, but maybe needed to find a chance to step away a moment sooner. Now Rogue is still sending it. 70 drones pumping roaches, and he is going to be on the other side of the map here in a second with a reason to try and kill it, would seem. Straight over. A couple of Archons are about to finish morphing in. 2 more Maws in production. Great stasis ward to buy you some time. That's obviously going to help you out as the Zealot Archon comes about. Those roaches getting chased. Yeah, good defense so far from Astrea on the left-hand side. Again, that stasis ward really helps on the right. Just a few less roaches to worry about. And we're kind of just missing a couple of extra Immortals, because with Immortals, obviously, those roaches do not last anywhere near as long. Hydra's on the right side, a little bit exposed. That Immortal kind of sits there as the roaches come out of their stasis. Losing one of the Archons on this side is sad because it was so close to the Super Battery, it just never got the healing attached to it. Rogue looking to break through here on site Delta as he's gotten through the majority of the tech units. We're going to have some dancing Immortals with that Prism. I think the big thing is that Rogue hasn't done much economic damage. So Astrea is still mining comfortably off the 3 bases. 4th base has finished during this as well on the right-hand side. So, and he's about to have +2 in Storm, so Astrea's army's getting better. Can he just get enough of it up to continue surviving here for the next little bit? Well, one more Mortal on the way, a couple more High Templars coming about, that Storm about to finish. Roach Ravager still being roared through, there's another Storm coming in, the Roach Ravager getting hit by that as we have enough. Storms are so close to being ready to go. 3 seconds to go, don't lose the High Templar, the Immortal's kind of being left in the front. Storm ready now, do we have energy on the High Templar is the question. Yes we don't, otherwise we would have cast it already, right? High Templar's now going to get jumped on. Good micro from Astrea, great pickup micro. He didn't even need to cast a Storm, and he's actually going to hold this off, only losing 5 probes. Lost an Archon at the end there as well, but my goodness, considering the situation, this really feels like a saving grace. Felt like that could have been so much worse than it actually was. Infestation Pit coming up. We do see creep tumors coming about. A couple of immortals coming in. Immortals are going to be sat there. Everything gathering up. 12 swarm hosts continue coming through as well. We're still coming up. Our Roach is going to move up this left-hand side. That's a good storm. Definitely feel like Astrea now is going to be playing, getting into this very good position, but that's where the Swarm Hosts are going to try and show up and say, well, can you deal with this? That's going to be a big round of units that can definitely get a lot done. See how that's going to go as the Spine Crawlers continue up. Swarm Hosts, Ravagers, Roaches continue in. A couple Stalkers going after an Overlord. 2 more Mortals coming out on the side of Astrea. Blink and +3 coming up as well as our cannon continues through the Swarm Host, settling up in the center here. Continue to push down the bottom side. Roach is going to go after the first Stalker, going to pick that off. The Stalker, Immortals, and High Templars continue through. Here come the Locusts, making their way forward. Great stasis towards, once again, stasis towards helping a big amount, and that's why it's so nice to keep more oracles alive in the early stages, and having triple oracle just gives you that little bit more energy to spend on stuff like stasis wards as well. Lost a High Templar there to the Biles, I believe. Moving forwards, I don't love the High Templars being here. I wish they would step back because they feel like easy targets when those units spawn. We kill everything but the one Ravager though. That's pretty great from Astrea, and obviously Rogue didn't even get a chance to target the High Templar, so in the end it didn't matter. Astrea finding another good fight. Obviously about to have Locust to deal with once again, but he can storm these twice, and I actually think he's going to be okay. The Locust pull back. The thing is, if they pull back, they're not moving forward, and that means that they're not landing towards the base, and I love this from Astrea. Instantly says, okay, I see you making your dive. I'm going across the map because your Swarm Hosts are on cooldown for another 30 seconds. Prism in the main base as well is going to get the warping off, I believe, before it gets shut down, so a lot of Zealots here to handle. Okay, Rogue's going to make his way through this base, but extremely slowly, because his Swarm Hosts are on cooldown, so they're not adding anything. They are dead supply right now. I love the choice from Astrea. Yeah, he's going to lose a base, but he's going to get so much in return, especially with the Zealots causing trouble in the main base too. Both players taking a lot of damage. I struggle to see Astrea not finding huge success from this. I guess if the Swarm Hosts come off cooldown, then maybe Astrea needs to be careful about how he takes a potential fight. Rogue just finished a Spire as well. Mutalisks are an option, and he will build 11 of them. So 11 Mutalisks are now on the way. +2 missiles, +1 flyer attack upgrade continuing through. Walls are going to turn around. Roaches are going to get struck down, so all those Roaches will fall. So the Queen gets picked off in the front. The Immortals will recall once again as they go back home. Storm drops. Ravagers take damage. We move forward once more here into the center. Actually going to come back with the rest of the army from Astrea. He's going to sandwich this army in the center. He's going to catch some of it. Storm is going to stop it moving left. And now we have the chance to catch up on the right-hand side. Beautiful catch from Astrea. Great movement of the army from the top. Bringing it back over here. And honestly, the only army really left is going to be the Mutas and the Swarm Hosts. We have 12 Mutas out. Astrea's anti-air is an Archon and a Stalker. Like, this is an Immortal army. The problem is one Archon's still pretty good against Mutas. However, it's not fighting back. It's just running. So we want to cancel that carry and start building some Phoenix instead. High Templars are going to morph. We're going to build a bunch of Archons all at once. They're extremely immobile units, though, so they're not going to be the best anti-air. He's going to turn back around. Oh, no, they finish up, and the meters take the splash damage. GG's. That is going to be Astrea taking a game, too. A little bit of Archon splash to kill the Mutas, but I think Astrea